Mic check. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I good? Is that louder? That better? Test, test, test. I had too much caffeine.
No, I'm fine. They good?
Good afternoon and welcome to today's ceremony in honor of Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor L. Culmer. Whether you are joining us in person or virtually, welcome to this special day. Today, the men and women of the Air Force's Personnel Center pay special tribute to Chief Culmer upon her retirement from the 28 years of faithful service to her country. Officiating today's ceremony is Colonel Angela Herron, Chief Information Officer, United States Air Force Academy, United States Air Force. I am Senior Master Sergeant Tamika Brown, Senior Enlisted Leader, Chief of Staff, AETC, and Chief Culmer's Sis from Another Miss, and I am honored to be your mistress of ceremony for today's ceremony. Please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the presentation and posting of the colors by the Joint Base San Antonio Honor Guard, the National Anthem by Technical Sergeant Elise Leon, and the invocation by Chief Master Sergeant Bernice Belser, United States Air Force retired.
Post the colors.
Ho. Hey. Hut. Oh. Ho. Forward. Ho. Halt. And halt.
O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streamed, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Halt. 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 Halt.
Let us pray. Before you with praise and thanksgiving. Praise for who you are and thanksgiving for this retirement celebration for my friend, Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor Culmer, after 28 years of faithful service. We are grateful for how you have blessed her and her career. Thank you for making her a hardworking, dedicated Air Force chief. We have witnessed and shared in her joys and successes as a result of your work in her life. You made her a valued mentor and friend to the airmen you placed in her charge, as well as to her peers. As she begins the next phase of her life, open doors for her that lead to opportunities to continue to serve you and bless others. May the work you set before her bear good fruit for your glory. May the new friends and colleagues she meets be blessed by her enthusiasm and her love for the life that you provide. Lord, continue to protect her family, especially her daughters K.E.Y and Mari, as they love and support their mother. We trust you, Lord, to be with them as they grow to choose their own paths. Thank you, Lord, that just as you have taken care of Eleanor in the past, you will continue to bless and care for her and her family in the future. We take comfort in knowing that what lies before her is even greater than what is behind. From Scripture, Joshua 1:9, be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. Thank you, Joint Base San Antonio Honor Guard, Technical Sergeant L.T. Leon, and Chief Belcher. At this time, I would like to extend. Please hold your applause until all guests have been recognized. Thank you, Chief Hannibal. Chief Culmer's favorite oldest daughter, Mari Culmer. Chief Culmer's favorite youngest daughter, K.E.Y, Culmer. Her special guest, Andre Green, Master Sergeant, United States Army, Master Sergeant retired. Her dad, Sergeant First Class Robert Washington, United States Army retired, and his wife Suzanne. Her brother Jared Anderson, his wife Karen Kelly, and their children, Nadia, Aaliyah, Jared Jr., Helen, Camden, and Zayden. Her sister, Taniqua Anderson, her aunts, Kathy Ford and Gloria Williams, her cousins, Mia Robinson, Akeisha Ford, and Kadisha Ford. Her cousin, Master Sergeant Rachel Walker, United States Army retired, and her fiance, Command Sergeant Major Maurice Green, United States Army retired, and her son, Jameer Woods. Her godmother, Captain Debbie Dean, United States Army retired. Her god sister, Nancy Slade, and her children, Armani and Ryan. Her god sister, Marlena Williams. Her sissies, now y'all bear with me because there are a lot of sissies. Chief Master Sergeant Nakia Hartson, her husband Michael Hartson, and their children, Airman First Class, Malia Hartson and Madison, and Chief Hartson's mother, Miss Diane Tias. Master Sergeant Natalie Riley, United States Air Force retired, and her daughter Ava. Her sissy, Master Sergeant Kiana Campbell, her son, LaShawn Jr., and mother, Mama Bonita Flowers. Her brother from another mother, LaShawn Campbell Sr. Master Sergeant Sharonda Tatum, United States Air Force retired, and her daughter Kristen. Master Sergeant Amy Davidson, United States Air Force retired, and her husband, Master Sergeant Damon Davidson, United States Air Force retired. Chief also has some very special family members joining us virtually. Her brother, Mr. Clifton Anderson Jr., his wife Kim, and their children, Zaria, Jared, and Jayla. Her grandfather, Mr. Cordell Corbett, her aunts and uncles, Viviana Editing, Cynthia Reed, Marion Jo Rogers, Jonathan and Valencia Corbett, and Shirley Lawkins, as well as a host of nieces, nephews, and cousins. Her sissy, Master Sergeant Marjorie Martin, United States Air Force retired, and her husband, Master Sergeant Roderick Martin, United States Air Force retired. We would also like to give a warm welcome to our distinguished guest, the Deputy Commander, Air Force Personnel Center, Ms. Kimberly Tony. The Command Chief, Air Force Personnel Center, Chief Master Sergeant Aaron McElroy. The Director, Technology and Information Directorate, Air Force Personnel Center, Mr. Patrick Bauer. The Deputy Director, Technology and Information Directorate, Air Force Personnel Center, Ms. Ingrid Gerard. The Director, Air Force Integrated Personnel and Pay System, Air Force Personnel Center, Mr. Damon Menendez. The Division Chief, Accession Workforce Development and Equal Opportunity, Air Force Personnel Center, Mr. Randy Tillery and his wife Diane. Chief Culmer would like to recognize a couple more very important individuals. You will notice there is one empty chair on the front row with a cover on it that reads, "If heaven wasn't so far away, I would be there with you today." The hearts wrapped in angel wings have been placed in honor of Chief Culmer's angels, her mother, Veronica Anderson, her daddy, Clifton Anderson Sr., her grandparents, Eleanor Corbett, General and Thelma Washington, and her uncle Franklin Ford. They have a place of honor beside the official pardon. Although time does not allow us to introduce everyone, we want to thank all commanders, directors, chiefs, first sergeants, friends, men and women of Joint Base San Antonio, and especially Chief Culmer's family joining us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Colonel Harry.
What a day, right? What an amazing day. So good afternoon and welcome to this momentous occasion. Recognizing and celebrating Chief Eleanor Culmer's 28-year career in her service to the United States Air Force. Thanks to Chief for the invocation and those inspirational words, really appreciate it. The beautiful national anthem, the honor guard coming in, that's always a special moment to stop and reflect on why we're all here in this room today. To Chief Master Sergeant Select Brown. Master Sergeant Campbell for putting this all together and leading this incredible, I'm sorry, this is what's gonna happen today. What an amazing celebration that you put together from afar. So welcome to Team AFPC, Ms. Tony, Chief, thanks for coming. Mr. Bauer, all the commanders, directors, first sergeants, senior enlisted leaders, and team members, welcome. Her amazing daughters, who are already working on the tissues. Ratted you out. Mari and Kimmy, you've given so much. You support your mother in all the ways, and the military family, the sacrifices that you make every day, we can't repay them. But I like to say I have 3 daughters and they've been institutionalized since birth. So thank you for your service, your entire lives. It's pretty amazing. To her very, very special guest, Andre Green, you do things for her that the rest of us can't do. We're not playing here. We're being real. All right. All right. Let's get it together. All right. Chief's dad, brothers, sisters, cousins, and all the incredible family and friends who are so instrumental in her success throughout the years with your love and support, encouragement. And we wouldn't be in this room without you. To her angels, who are ever vigilant and always watching over her, probably working overtime, if that's my guess. Thank you for sharing this special woman and allowing us the opportunity to serve alongside your mother, your daughter, your sister, your cousin, and your friend. The tradition of service in this family is truly remarkable. If you heard, retired master sergeant, retired, I mean, just it's pretty remarkable how deep-seated and why she turned out to be the incredible chief she is. To all her past supervisors, commanders, co-workers, welcome. This day would not be possible without your support, mentorship, guidance, and I would say maybe at times patience through the years. Family and friends, not always with us, but with us in our hearts and joining us from around the world. Thank you for your attendance, both in person and online. Chief has had an impact on, I would guess, this room is pretty full up. So I would guess that most people in this room, she's had an impact on throughout her number of years. And you can tell from the crowd here, and I'll just say, so I'm from Colorado. We've got Virginia, California, Oklahoma, where else? Utah, Texas.
Miami.
Tennessee. Did you say Kentucky? So, it speaks volumes. People are coming from around the world to see this momentous occasion. My chief, you are loved by so many people because you give love so freely. Chief Culmer, she is truly one of a kind, not just in her dedicated service, but like I said, her very special heart. I would guess with your interactions with her, you've walked away with carefully crafted nuggets of wisdom and always a smile. Last night, I had the opportunity to sit in a room and listen to the stories of how she met folks. And she likes to say she gathers up people as she goes and puts them in her pocket. And once you become a friend to her, you're a friend for life. And I heard that repeated throughout today too. So I wish that I could have recorded just the heartfelt sentiments from last night. Really spoke volumes about what kind of person Ms. Pumpkin is. So I hope to do my best to capture the sentiments for you this afternoon. Chief Culmer, thank you for the opportunity and the honor of officiating this ceremony. Again, I look around the room and I feel the love and excitement for you. I have to admit, I've done a few retirements before, but never have I done a retirement that had merchandise. And the website and all the things. So yeah, it's the whole thing. So I'm trying to keep it all together. You are a genuine leader and humble role model, an incredible supporter and cheerleader to everyone you encounter. You've told me repeatedly when we talked about this day, you know how she is, and she's like, "Man, recognize the team. It's all about the team." And it is, and you can see your team has stepped up and has presented here for you today. But even if you don't like it, this day is 28 years in the making. So we're gonna recognize you. We're gonna celebrate you, and you've earned this. So we got a box of tissues ready for you. We might get some ugly tears, and we're gonna make this happen. So let's see where this love fest started. So think back to 1995. Just show of hands, how many people were alive in 1995? Okay, better yet, let's put our hands down. How many people were not alive? Okay, how many people were not alive in 1995? Okay, all right, so I'm doubting that a little bit, but so we're gonna reflect back to 1995. We're gonna go way, way back. Just for context, in 1995, gasoline cost $1.09 a gallon. eBay went live. The DVDs were announced. Michael Jordan came out of retirement. And what was the popular slang of the day? It's kind of like this. Talk to the hand. So like Chief, the ceremony will be a little unconventional. I won't recount every assignment because near the end of it, there's going to be a flag passing ceremony that gets more personal and does a summary of her career. So I'm going to provide some insights, some themes, some highlights of her career, some things that we talked about over her 28 years, 2 months, and 23 days. So how do we get here? Way back in Miami in 1995, young Eleanor, she was finding her way in the world. And as probably many of you in this room can identify with, things didn't go according to plan at the University of Florida, A&M, Florida, FAMU. So what do we do when things don't work out? Turn to Uncle Sam, right? Uncle Sam had a deal for her. So actually, being the way she is and that service heart, she was joining with a guaranteed job as a defender. You know, this woman was a defender? Defender. Why did she want to be a defender? Because she wanted to return back to her home and work with juvenile delinquents, repeat offenders. So she wanted to gain some experience, some education, and then go back and work with those youth. So off she went to basic training, and not surprisingly, her epic career started out with the highest recognition you can receive in basic. She was awarded the honor graduate. I didn't get the honor graduate. What the heck? So as I reviewed her records, and they're pretty, you can imagine 28 years, there's a lot of records in there. A lot of records. There were some comments that were very consistent. I attempted unsuccessfully. You know how in the Air Force we try and put things in like, okay, 3 main points, and this is the summary of the thing. So I was like, I got this. The 3 P's. You ready? Professional, people, and polished. Those are pretty good. Does it capture her? No, she's like, no. Thanks, Chief. Always listen to your chief. So I was like, okay, but really she's more fun. She's more energetic. She's joyful. She's a delight to be around, and she's so focused on the people. So comments throughout her stellar career are, and you can imagine, best of the best, head and shoulders above her peers, dynamo, I like that one, strong and professional under pressure, calm, efficient, effective, always seeks the next challenge. Everything she touches turns to gold. And I'm sure a lot of you in this room have had her touch and know what that feels like. To just know when you walk out of the room, as she offers you that sage wisdom, it's like somebody mentioned that yesterday, can I offer you something? You better take it. And if she doesn't offer it up, ask for it, right? So take that wisdom. From one of her very first evals, and still true today, meets every challenge head on and excels. No one comes close, a born leader, unmatched, compassionate. Okay, Okay, I know you don't want this to be about you, but it is. I love how you recognize and care for others. I've been a witness to it when I was out at Edwards. I made Colonel, we both made Chief and Colonel out at Edwards. And I walked into my office and it was covered with these amazing eagles all over it. Right? Big guns, big eagles. They're all over the room. And I saw it happen last night when people they're supposed to get up and they're supposed to talk about how do I know you, that kind of thing. And they would explain that and talk about her, and then she would turn around and she'd say, let me tell you about this person and how incredible this person is. So you always make us feel very appreciated and celebrated, and that's what we're all here to do the same for you today. You give so freely of yourself. I also, as I went through the official stack of records, there's another stack of records that's all her letters of achievement, letters of appreciation, all the things that she's done for people, whether it's in a customer service format or a school, saying thanks for coming and doing our career day. So from career days to emceeing promotions to booster club president to promotion ceremonies, Christmas parties, changes in command, she has had her fingerprints all over so many significant events over the last 28 years. And these are events that are, like today, pretty powerful and important to the individuals. She's won many awards. And I know this, you don't want to talk about you, but here we go. Inspector General Outstanding Performer from her very first eval. So for an airman to be recognized by the Inspector General, pretty significant. MAJCOM Inspector General. Wing Commander points, Airman of the Year, Personnelist of the Year, Senior NCO of the Year. When she earned her Community College of the Air Force degree, that's not enough. Then she also gets recognized as the Chiefs Group Scholarship Award winner for her dedication and professionalism. But mostly, like we've talked about, you're a selfless leader, a mentor, a wingman. You always uplift and propel the team. And you've met all those awards pale by comparison of the ones that you influenced other people to earn. So there's a whole list that probably we could put it up here for days. So when I asked the chief what her biggest achievements were, her challenges, the impacts that she had, she said she's most proud of being a mother of these two amazing daughters. You'll have to verify. So they're amazing, loving young women who always supported her and always got good grades. True? Yeah, thumbs up. I thought she was just bragging. Always got those good grades and were her biggest supporters, and you can see that today, the love that you have for your mom. She's also incredibly proud of her service as a personnelist. So things didn't work out as a defender, thankfully for the rest of us, because she then became a personnelist. And as you know, probably, how many people in here are personnelists? So we're talk about you a little bit and how important you are. You know that already. The rest of us are learning it, right? You don't come into the Air Force, you don't leave the Air Force, you don't have all those momentous occasions without the personnelist supporting you. So it touches everyone. She dedicated off-duty hours. The customer support was exceptional. So short notice deployment, she came in during those off-duty times. And as you know, when you get your assignment orders, that can be a significant emotional event. Like you're waiting, when do I get my orders? When am I going? Where am I going? So there's also some counseling that needs to happen sometimes, some encouragement, like, you got this. I got my orders to Turkey last year. Yay, you got this. So some of the comments that she received from her numerous letters of appreciation were, I can't believe it. You are so cool. You got the orders for me. You do good work. You made me very happy today. Getting orders is the bomb. Her impact on people has been a theme throughout her career. So you impact the people, which then impacts the mission. So you got people doing what they need to do, you got them going the right direction, and then that has a huge impact on the mission. So while she was in the personal readiness unit, while she was doing the passport thing, lots of people needing short notice passports, orders, paperwork, all those things. So her work also impacted operations worldwide throughout her career. She also said as a staff sergeant, she was part of a team that stood up the Air Force Office of Special Investigations Academy at the Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, taking an empty building 1 year and turning it into an academy that graduated 400 OSI agents a year. pretty cool as a staff sergeant to see something just come to fruition like that. Empty building to, producing OSI agents. She also said she hopes she left an impact on all the teams she had the pleasure to be a part of and serve alongside. I can speak from the team at Edwards, and I can probably speak for everyone in this room and watching online. You have definitely left a permanent impact on all of us. What an unexpected journey. God is taking you on, and you've traveled down an amazing path. You've had the opportunity to meet all sorts of incredible people and tuck them away in your pocket. And last night it was apparent. Again, like I said, once you meet Chief, my Chief, just to be clear, she's your friend for life. I heard her telling people just outside the door, if you ever need anything, a place to stay, whatever it is. She did say that maybe she wasn't going to cook for you. She's not cooking, but she'll, you can go out to dinner together, but there'll be no cooking. You are an absolute joy, lifting spirits and investing so much in others. Chief is always good for entertainment, never a dull moment. Sometimes we got flash mobs, we got TikToks, we got, I don't know if we can talk about this here, but the Diva Den. Some people, if you know, you know. I'm very familiar with the Desert Diva Den, which was extra special. So as we know, Chief is all about family. And as a service member, we're often taken away from our family. The loss of her mother and grandmother and our good friend Billy were the greatest challenges she faced. It's when you really see the determination and the grit of our true leaders, how to continue to push through, how to be there for her daughters, be resilient airmen, and just function during these difficult times. We had many discussions while at Edwards, in my office, and we would talk about, she's so caring and giving, what was she doing for herself? And what percentage was she getting? What was it, Chief?
It was a lot, man. I gave a lot.
Integrity first, Chief. No, but she does. She found a way. She found a way to balance all that to give to her daughters. I was like, "What are you guys doing?" "Well, we're gonna go shopping, and then we're gonna go do this thing." And then I was like, "So what are you doing for you?" And we worked on it every weekend. We worked on it. So she continued to be able to shine for all of us and demonstrate her warrior spirit. More than an advisor, a mentor, a guide, morale booster, you are my friend. My Chief is always straightforward, again, offering those nuggets of sage wisdom to show that she cares and she has truly given all. I got a quote from Miss Janice Holland. She said it's not her quote, but it's a good one. So, never underestimate the difference you made in the lives you've touched. And you have touched so many lives. For years to come, your impact will be felt in the United States Air Force. And I would say across, everyone you've encountered, not just in the Air Force. I can confirm that you did exactly what your mother told you to do. You made today better than yesterday, and know you will make tomorrow better than today. You're so very special to me. And as you know, there's another little Eleanor out there now. My little 2-year-old granddaughter is named Eleanor. You try not to have an influence on people's names, especially when you're the GG. I'm like, come on, Eleanor, what's Eleanor? I just pray, and so we got an Eleanor. She goes by Ellie most of the time unless she's in trouble. So little Eleanor, I just hope, Chief, she grows up to be just as beautiful, what a beautiful soul you are, so strong and determined. I love you. I adore you and wish you and Team Culmer all the best as you start your next chapter. It's going to be amazing. There's no need to rush things. Take your time. You deserve all the good things. A possible retirement morning might include, we talked about this, how a retirement morning might go. You can get up, take a little drive, go over to Chick-fil-A, get some iced coffee, and then head on back home for some hot yoga. I mean, it's good to stay in shape. So, sounds pretty good to me, and you're you're so well deserving. So thank you for your service to our great nation. Safeguarding freedom, your impact will be felt for years. 28 years, top 1% of the enlisted corps, incredible accomplishment. Hashtag we made it, hashtag we did it. So we're going to continue the celebration with a presentation of the Legion of Merit, and thank you for your time.
Mr. Bauer and Chief Culmer, would you please take your position at the stage? Please stand as Mr. Bauer presents Chief Culmer with the Legion of Merit. Permission to publish the orders.
Publish your orders.
Attention to orders. Citation to accompany the award of the Legion of Merit to Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor Culmer. Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor Culmer distinguished herself by exceptionally meritorious conduct in the performance of outstanding service to the United States as Senior Enlisted Leader, Director of Technology and Information, Headquarters Air Force Personnel Center, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas, from 9 July 2020 to 31 April 2023. During this period, Chief Culmer's leadership and expertise proved invaluable as she led a directorate comprised of 4 divisions and 165 total force airmen while advising senior leaders on expeditionary readiness, discipline, and morale. Guiding teams in the creation and maintenance of 500 system applications used across the manpower and personnel community, Chief Culmer oversaw information technology upgrades that revolutionized human resource capabilities for over 3 million customers across the Department of the Air Force. Under her tutelage, her team created and published a knowledge library filled with 10,000 articles that empowered end users with the ability to resolve issues at the lowest level. Furthermore, Chief Culmer oversaw the robotic process automation program that maintained 20 robotic automations, repurposing 2,500 required man-hours annually. Her team's efforts saved $72,000 and increased efficiency while reducing human errors by 95%. She also provided sage counsel during the Customer Relationship Management Summit led by the Secretary of the Air Force and the Director for Manpower and Personnel, resulting in $100 million web application migration. Her ethics expanded vital information technology support for personnel programs while automating 149 capabilities that allowed the Air Force Personnel Center to deliver critical services to 3.2 million total force airmen around the globe. Finally, Chief Culmer's team shaped and developed the Department of the Air Force's fitness application that accounted for the implementation of new components and transformed fitness reporting for 325,000 service members. The singularly distinctive accomplishments of Chief Culmer culminate a distinguished career and reflect great credit upon herself and the United States Air Force. Thank you, Mr. Bauer. Colonel Herron, will you please join us on stage for the reading of the retirement order? Permission to publish the order.
Publish the order.
Attention to orders. Special order number AC-006780. Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor L. Culmer is relieved from active duty. Headquarters Air Force Personnel Center, Joint Base San Antonio, Randolph, Texas, and retired effective 1 May 2023 in the grade of Chief Master Sergeant by order of the Secretary of the Air Force. Please be seated. We have a certificate of retirement from the Armed Forces of the United States of America. It reads, to all who shall see these presents, greetings. This is to certify that Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor L. Culmer, having served faithfully and honorably, is retired from the United States Air Force on the first day of May 2023. Signed, General Charles Q. Brown Jr. and General Troy E. Dunn. Chief Master Sergeant Culmer, we are pleased to present you with the following certificate from our Commander-in-Chief. It reads, I extend my personal gratitude and the sincere appreciation of a grateful nation to you and your patriotic service to our country. Your bravery and dedication in our armed forces helped protect your fellow Americans through a critical moment in our history and contributed to a world of greater security and growing prosperity. Your devotion to duty, honor, and country, in keeping with the long traditions of the finest military in the world, embodied the American ideal of selfless service. Our nation owes you an incredible debt. Your commitment and the example you set will inspire your future generations to serve with pride and to keep our country secure. You represent the best of our nation, and I join and our fellow Americans in saluting you with honorable service. I wish you happiness and success in your next chapter. Signed, Joseph R. Biden Jr., Commander-in-Chief. Chief Culmer's brother, Jared Anderson, will now pen the Air Force retirement pin on Chief Culmer's uniform. Every retiree receives a special retirement pin as a memento of their active duty service. Mr. Anderson will now present the retirement pin, which signifies Chief Culmer's proud service to duty and our country.
All right,
No stopper. Thank you, Ms. Anderson. At this time, we would like to ask Mari and Kimmy to please come forward for a special presentation. We will now present Mari and Kimmy with the Children's Medal for the sacrifices they have made in support of Chief Culmer and United States Air Force. Yeah, get it together. Throughout the years of your life, you have made sacrifices and you have served your country as much as I've done. In your loving way, you quietly shouldered the heavy burden that you were asked to carry. Most of the time, you could not understand why I was not there, but you quietly, not this time, she didn't quietly hide the tears. Courageously put on a smile and defiantly promised that you would support me. You are then, as you are now, one of the most important parts of my life. It was your love that enabled you to assure me that what I was doing was important. I missed holidays and countless special occasions while you were left at home to worry while I was out on difficult missions. You had to say goodbye to friends when we moved throughout the years, and you had to change schools. Your resiliency and self-confidence throughout those frequent moves gave me strength. I am proud of you, for it was your love and support that sustained me in those difficult times. There is no way in my mind that I could have been a success in the military without having your support, your understanding, and most importantly, your unquestionable love. Thank you for being there for me. In addition to the Military Children's Medal, Chief Culmer is also presenting her daughters with the utility uniforms that she wore during their service as military children. There is a military child coin mounted in honor of their service as military brats. Thank you, Mari and Kimmy. At this time, we would like to invite Chief Culmer Sissies to please come forward for the Shadow Box presentation. Kelly Anderson, Nancy Slade, Chief Nakir Hudson, Natalie Riley, Sharonda Tatum, and Master Sergeant Kiana Campbell. Sissies, come on up. The Shadow Box, steeped in military tradition, it is customarily presented to the United States military personnel on the occasion of their retirement from active duty. Shadow boxes are given in recognition of an individual's sustained and selfless dedication to our nation and United States Air Force. The rank insignia you have earned symbolizes your enlisted service. These chevrons represent your journey in the profession of military service. The ribbons you have earned represent your accomplishments. The accolades given in your name here is brightly colored cloth. These colors hail to the deeds and sacrifices you have made throughout your career. The badges identify your career fields, symbolizing 28 years of expertise, competence, and professionalism. The dark colored background serves two purposes. First, it allows your accomplishments, ranks, ribbons, and badges to be the focus of attention. Second, and most importantly, it represents the hollowness and sorrow we feel upon the occasion of your retirement. We hope you will display this shadow box in a prominent place where all who see it will know that you, Chief Culmer, served your country with dedication, sacrifice, and above all else, honor. Thank you, sissies. At this time, I would like to ask the ASPC SELs to please come forward for a special presentation. So I know this has already been said quite a bit in the speech, and I know you guys all feel this, but Eleanor is so beloved. If I had to pick one word to describe her, it is.
Oh, that's right. Come on, Chief.
It is beloved. You can tell by the amount of people that are packed in this room, the amount of people that are online watching this. I call Eleanor a people whisperer. She has an innate ability to find people that need to be loved on, and she loves on them. If you are having a tough day, somehow she senses it in the air, and she knows how to come and give you a hug at the right moment, when to send you a text when you've had one of those days. But she will truly, truly be missed on our team, and has been such an amazing friend to everyone that's up here. And even with her own heroes, like it's been a challenging year. We put so much on that team, but she is that calm in the storm that just makes everybody feel cared about and like everything is going to be okay. So thanks for being that for all of us up here. We love you, and you will be missed.
It's always skinny cheese. That's right. Right answer.
Thank you, SEL. I feel like I need to hug you too. I'm one of the people keep us talking about. I've been eating hugs too. DP0 leadership, would you please come forward for a special presentation?
All righty then. Kind of an inside joke a little bit. What a bittersweet day for all of us. For me particularly, very, very happy that the chief, she's not my chief, she is the chief. We had this conversation before. So happy that the chief is moving on to the next thing and the next set of challenges, and incredibly sad that she's leaving us, and me very specifically. I've worked with Eleanor, and I got up to the front office area about the same time in the last 2.5 years, and really there's just too many issues, projects, initiatives, people type of stuff that we've worked together to go through all those. But just at a very high level, and Chief talked on this, the Colonel talked on this, but it's if I'm gonna narrow down on anything, I'm gonna talk about her ability as a wingman, right? We have a wingman, and then we have Chief Eleanor Culmer, who just really is like a wingman on steroids. It's not a performance enhancing drug, but it just really takes it to another level. Just a couple of quick stories around that. When I think about it, so we talked about how I like the way you said that, Chief. Like, she can find someone who needs a hug, and I mean that's a great way to say it. But there's even more to it than that. We had a couple of things going on, and I'm just going to I'm going to talk about when we had to do an issue with a warehouse. We have a warehouse on Fort Sam where we keep a bunch of our equipment at AFPC, and through COVID and supply chain management issues, it got to be a bit of a mess. And our awesome folks that have to manage that, they needed some help. So we got about 8 or 10 of our DP0 heroes together to go help them. Now, Chief could have said, go fix the warehouse, or here are these 10 people, let's get after it. That's not how she does it. She was right next to them. She was down there for 10 days in September, cleaning it up side by side, and that's what I just love, that level of engagement, that leading from the front, that don't do as I say, do as I do, which is probably the best example any of us can set, actually. Another one that comes to mind real quick is when we were coming out of COVID, it was in the thick of COVID, and when we were coming out of COVID, we had to do this thing called coming back to campus, right? I made the mistake of coming back to work. And she's like, hey, we've been working the whole time. We're coming back to campus, right? Again, it's the same thing. That was a very touchy issue with a lot of folks. And talk about someone who got in there, engaged, worked very personally with everybody, got it back in, and helped us manage through, a couple of really tough situations. And again, there's just way too many to go through. Chief was always looking for growth opportunities for her folks. We had one situation where we had something that was going on that was being run at the division level that I wasn't crazy about. It wasn't working great. And I'm like, you know what, let's pull that up to the front office and let's do that ourselves. And Chief was like, you know what, boss, can we talk about it? can we think about it? This is a growth opportunity for other folks. I'll work with them. And she did. And that, again, was one of those things that were just done at the highest of levels. And, the other thing that's awesome is, when you're leading an organization like the DP Zero Hero Team, it's very, very important to have unity of purpose. Make sure everybody understands why we're doing every day what we're doing. Chief was so very upfront and vocal with, who's your hero? Come on, who's your hero? That's right. I'll give you a B+. We innovate HR. She got the entire team constantly reminding them what we do. We serve the few who serve the many. Our heroes always got behind that. That always made it such a great, awesome, fun place to work. So, how do you recognize somebody like that? We have DP Zero was stood up in 2016 by that guy right there. We call him the Godfather. We also call him Hero Number One. So, because he's the first hero, and he's literally the first guy in the UMD, right? But those two nicknames are taken, so we can't call him that. Can't call her that. But Ingrid and I were talking about this, and Ingrid said, you know what she is? She is the hero of heroes. And like Ingrid normally does, she kind of nailed it, right? Got cut to the quick just like that. So we wanted to have I'll give you a little something that commemorated that you are, in fact, the hero of heroes. So we have. She couldn't hold it that long. So this is a bigger version of a statue we've given out to our heroes. Has the coin on there. It has hero of heroes, and then it has, of course, your time here. So this is, what's that? Well, I know you told me this. She told me this, and I'm like, bing, bing, bing. Maybe we make this. Anyways, Chief, I can't thank you enough. I know once a hero, always a hero. This isn't goodbye. This is so long, but thank you for everything.
My turn. So she promised no tears, so there's no tears. So I'm here for the comedic relief. And here we are. Okay, so she always teaches me about reflection. It's one thing to live your day, but always reflect on it, see what you can do better, count your blessings. And so I said, okay, I'm going to reflect on Chief Culmer. What are 3 words I would describe her as? So the first one, I can't let you see all this. First one is committed, okay? She's committed to her family, Mari and K.E.Y, and to all her other family. Her friends who are now her family. I've never seen anybody that has more family sissies than anybody ever. I think it's awesome. The people that she mentors every day, okay? She's the first person, if you need something, she is there. She's running out the door. In fact, at a birthday celebration, we had to lie to her about something that wasn't good. So she ran over to the building, and then when she got there, she was kind of mad at us. So there's only way we could get her over there, okay? And so the colonel talked about taking time for herself. Well, I think she is committed to herself. She takes a whole month for her birthday. I'm so excited about celebration because I got a chance to party with my birthday. Okay? So that was the first word. The second word is appreciative. She's very appreciative of the small things, okay? She could get $1 million, but she'd be happy with something small. She's very appreciative of ice cream. I did not know this, but apparently that's a mood booster, okay? So much in fact that she goes home and she's going to tell me that she's going to have ice cream for dinner. I'm like, wow, impressive, okay? And I know this because she sends me the photo. She's having ice cream. So she's very appreciative. One other thing that she really likes is a pot pie apple pie. Now,
This is a lesson to yourself. If you haven't had a Popeye's apple pie, this is a lesson to yourself.
I'm gonna tell you, I just recalled last night I had one, I don't see it. And who am I to say she's appreciative? And I'll tell you how it's not here, was we were working, don't need it yet. Okay, so the reason we got here is we were having to work through lunch, and somebody would say, the lieutenant, hey, I'll go buy Popeyes and I'll go get chicken. Okay, so he's taking orders. Spicy 3-piece, red beans and rice, biscuit. Get to her, 2 apple pies. And he goes, what do you want for your lunch? She goes, 2 apple pies. So, didn't really get it until the apple pies came back to the office and we seen the magic happen. So, you're gonna have to work for this, okay? So what happens is the 2 pies go onto the microwave. And she comes over and gently takes the pie and puts it in there. How many seconds?
18 seconds.
18 seconds. Crime ability, I guess. I don't know. And why? Right. So 18 seconds, and while she's doing this, she looks at us and goes, the second one I'll take home to eat with my ice cream. Right? Just think about that for a minute, because it's going to come back. And so after a ding, it's ready, and she takes it over there. Now you're over in your happy place, and there is a dent. First she, yes, I'm going to make you do it. Do the thanking, and the whole bit. So, nobody's watching.
What's our Yes?
Just thank it. Do what you're really doing. We enjoyed it so much that they start buying 2 every day. So every day we get to see this. So now what happens is she eats it, and then she's glowing, and we're still laughing and giggling. And then she looks at that other one on the microwave. She goes, that ain't going home. So my last word is reflective. Like I said, because she's very reflective, she really appreciates the small things. And her favorite spot is the back porch. And I know this because we have talked on the back porch. You have sent me texts on the back porch. We invented on the back porch. Okay, so because she does all this decorating for other people's desks, and she always comes up with themes, we were trying to come up with a theme. And the boss always says that you're on fire. And my mother always told me, there's smoke, there's fire. And on the back porch, she likes to have some cigars and have a little cocktail. So we kind of went with this. That's the fire piece. Because somebody told me that you wanted to do some s'mores.
Yes.
That wasn't me. That was not me. That was Culmer. I don't know s'mores.
I mean, she just put you on blast.
And then we've got the smoke. Oh. And you've got something to put the cigars in. Oh.
I'll be on it this weekend.
So, I want to illustrate a story of how small our Air Force family really is. I'm down in Orlando, Florida, a couple of months ago at a conference with about 15,000 people. And I go to see a guest speaker, and I sit down. I get there early because I wanted a front row seat, and I sit down. And this very lovely young lady sits down next to me. And we struck up a conversation, and we're talking a little bit, and she's in civilian clothes. So as we get through the conversation, I find out she's in the Air Force. And we talk a little bit about the challenges in the Air Force nowadays and things that are going on. Well, then right before the guest speaker comes on, this lovely young lady who's sitting right here, this colonel, right, says, hey, I'm going to be down in your neck of the woods in about a month or so. She said, I'm going to be doing a retirement for somebody. You don't have to know a Chief Culmer, do you? And I said, well, yes, I do. How do you know? And she goes, well, she worked for me out of Edwards. And I said, really? And she said, she's my chief. And I said, well, you think so? Those are fighting words. So I said, she's your chief, huh? She goes, oh, absolutely, absolutely. I said, okay, well, let me introduce myself to you. I'm the Godfather. That makes her my goddaughter. You look at all these lives that you touched out here. Think about your fingerprints, right? Every day we touch thousands of things every day. We leave our fingerprints everywhere we go. You've left your fingerprints all over the United States Air Force, all over our community, your family, your friends, the communities you've lived in, right? The lives you touched. And each one of those fingerprints is like a little piece of your soul that you leave with those folks. You have had a tremendous impact. Tremendous. Don't you ever forget that. And as a father of 4 young daughters, I am so inspired to see strong women in leadership positions running our defense for our country, running our country. We need more of it. So thank you for what you've done. So, I'll let you open this one first. And again, this all comes around, okay? It all comes around. I've heard about this this beaver thing, whatever it is. So apparently they like she likes to drink Crown and would you tell me she likes to drink? Juicy. Oh, she's a little old for juicy. So this little glass here's got a place for your cigars, right? And I know you've got a humidor for your cigars now, so when you're sitting out on the patio, you can just slide that thing right in the side of your glass and you keep drinking, you know where everything is. Because the older you get, you'll start to forget. You don't want to leave a lit cigar like this. So, you open that. That one's from his car. Now, I know you probably go to other music bands, right? So, you're going to take your cigars on the road with you, right? So, you have a portable cigar case that you can carry We went south of Miami, approximately 90 miles and got some. Don't tell anybody, I think that might be You go this way, I'll put it on the table. You're crying, you should breathe.
Say how you last time.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Thank you, DP Zero Leadership. Ms. Ingrid is not wrong about those 2 apple pies. So I've known her for about 2 years now, and she said, let's go, the other day, she said, let's go celebrate your promotion, let's go to Popeyes. I said, yes, ma'am, you mind? Absolutely. So we go, and she buys my lunch and 2 apple pies. I'm thinking 1 is for me. It was not for me. And I was confused because I thought we were celebrating. She said, yeah, with the food, not the apple pie. 1 for now, 1 for later. I was like, oh my, she was serious. So I looked at her with these sad eyes and she said, go ahead and have 1. And so I did it. Like you, I didn't feel the connection. And she said, you can eat that pie. ate the pie, but I didn't like it. So she ever buys 2 pies with her, one is not for you. They'll go first. We will now have a presentation from the JVSA Chief Group. Chief Baxter, will you please come forward?
If I could ask that our fearless Randolph Group Chiefs Group President Alex, if you're here, Alex, can you please join me and the rest of the chiefs, whether you're retired, please come on up, and for our chief selects, come join us as we present this to Eleanor.
Oh, Chief Hartson.
There's a lot of us, come on up. So I'm just gonna say a few words before we actually present this to Eleanor. For those that don't know, we're presenting her, this is a Native American heritage. It's a chief that has come to the end of trails. The statue is called End of the Trails, right? It's at the end of their journey, they're tired, he's slumped over, right? And so this is a tradition that we've adopted here. And as chiefs, we put in a lot of work, right? And Eleanor, you have done some amazing things over your 28 years of service. And although this statue does signify a lot, just know from the bottom of our hearts that all the things that you have done for us, all the things that you have done for our airmen, our guardians, and our civilian airmen, right? We truly appreciate it, and we'll always remember those things. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Chiefs. At this time, I would like to ask Chief Culmer's daughter, K.E.Y, to please come forward for a special presentation.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Okay. I just wanted to talk about my mom. I don't think y'all realize how funny she is. Like, she's come home late, like 9 o'clock, and she has a child. I just want y'all to know, it's really bad. Like, my mom is super dedicated, so I just want y'all to know, like, y'all have made not only impact on her, but me too. So, like, Miss Ingrid's my girl. Like, we were at a dinner, and me and Miss Ingrid were just like arm in arm, just sitting there talking. Also, like, if it wasn't for the military, I wouldn't have met like some of my best friends, and I wouldn't have met. I don't know if everybody knows I'm in a relationship. I would have never met Miss Lisa, which is one of his sisters, and I would have never met my boyfriend Culmer or his family. They're so amazing. I love it. But that is cute. I love you, Mom. And you really mean a lot.
Thank you, K.E.Y girl. I call her K.E.Y girl because she is one of my best friends and big sisters. So naturally, K.E.Y became my niece, and then she became my son's love interest. So here we are.
I love this family.
Chief Culmer served her country with honor and dignity for 28 years. It is now time to present the flag of the United States in a manner befitting the stature and significance of her service. As part of the tribute, Chief Culmer would like to recognize and pay homage to the men and women who have mentored and supported her throughout her life and career. Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to the rear of the room as the flag detail brings the flag forward for a special presentation. I would also like to ask that you pay close attention to the words being spoken. Chief departed Miami is Eleanor Culmer, leaving behind her family to join this thing called the United States Air Force. Although she did not completely understand what she was getting herself into, her village had already laid a strong foundation of integrity and service. Salute to her angels who are with us in spirit, her mom, dad, grandparents, and uncles. Salute to the rest of her village she left at home, her auntie Sen, Vivian, Mary, and her Uncle Joe, her father Robert, and the rest of the Corbett, Washington, Anderson, and Culmer family. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Airman Basic Corbett would not have made it through M60 training, tech school, or air-based ground defense without her very first women. Salute to Amy and David Davidson, James Garrett, Fareed Pope, Howard Macbeth, and Dittman. Thank you for your support from day one. They are truly women turned family. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Airman Corbett arrived at F.E. Warren with boots that you can see yourself in, and uniform sharply pressed. Her post briefings were some of the best, and her house parties were live. Her fellow airmen turned family were instrumental in her ability to transition to the Air Force way of life. Salute to Sharonda Gilchrist Tatum, Jean Mame, and Janika Smith. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Airman First Class Culmer transitioned from F.E. Warren to Robins Air Force Base on humanitarian reassignment and 7 months pregnant with Mari. During this time, she learned the importance of being an engaged leader who could balance the needs and care of airmen while executing the mission. Those tools have been vital as part of the airman she is today. Salute to Master Sergeant Veronica Evans and Chief Master Sergeant Cornell Harvey. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Senior Airman Culmer was embracing what it meant to serve as an airman and a new personnelist. As a new mom, she was tasked with her first test of truly trying to balance mission and family when she deployed to Aliyah Salim, Kuwait. The lessons she learned from her mentor and airman leadership school classmate and best friend were vital in her making it through that difficult time. Salute to Chief Master Sergeant Bernice Belser and Master Sergeant Marjorie Martin. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Staff Sergeant Culmer learned many valuable lessons following the traumatic events of 9/11. She served with the Air Force's Office of Special Investigation and added her new baby girl, Kenny, to the family. She knows she would not have been able to make it through this time without the love and support of key members in her life. Salute to her godmother, Debbie Dean, her godsister, Nancy Slade, and the rest of the Brunswick and Kingsland family. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Technical Sergeant Culmer arrived at the Air Force Personnel Center, not understanding the major life changes that were going to happen to her. During that time, she experienced one of the biggest losses of her life. Her grandmother, Eleanor, transitioned to be with the Lord, and she deployed again. If it had not been for her village, she never would have made it through that difficult time. Salute to her brother, Jared Anderson, and sister-in-law, Karen Kelly, her sissy, Marjorie Martin, Natalie Nat Riley, Nakir Hartson, Michael Hartson, Delilah Dupree, and Latanya Baker. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Master Sergeant Culmer served alongside some of the finest men and women to ever serve. As she learned how to operate at the Air Force strategic level, her family experienced a significant life event, and her SAF AP family took amazing care of her and her family. Salute to Master Sergeant Valerie Harley, Dietrich Kearney, Jay Sheep, and Chief Clinton Wilkerson. Hashtag we made it. Hashtag we did it. Senior Master Sergeant Culmer returned to the Air Force Personnel Center to lead airmen and support the field. This task was extremely difficult since Senior Culmer was trying to process the loss of her mother. The teams she served with in DPT, DP1, and DPF were part of the reason she was able to pursue. Salute to Master Sergeant K.E.Y. Campbell, Master Sergeant Natasha Wood, Master Sergeant Destiny Gray, Staff Sergeant Denise Williams, and the rest of the eight. Salute to Mr. Randy Tillery, Colonel Damian Menendez, and Jaleesa Flint, Captain Marche Green, Mr. Todd Rose, and the rest of the DPF family. Salute to the Command Chief and the Director of Superintendents, Chief Kenny Lindsay, Chief Rebecca Baxter, Chief Rico Hodges, Chief Chad Pryor, Chief Clinton Wilkerson, and Chief Steve Parker. Hashtag we made it, hashtag we did it. Chief Master Sergeant Culmer enjoyed her time with the 412th Force Support Squadron team. She was faced with many challenges during her time at Edwards, but it was the support and love from her team and leadership that got her through that time. During this time, Chief McKinley had also a permanent change of station. This move was not easy, especially since not only as a nation, but the entire world was going through a pandemic. They arrived back at the Air Force Personnel Center, where they joined the DP0 family. The heroes immediately embraced them with open arms, and for the last 2 years, they supported her and her family. Salute to her 412th FSS family, Colonel Angela Heron, Ms. Janice Holland, Major Jamie Johnson, Major Yvette Bivens, Mr. Billy, hashtag Billy Beth Hampson, rest in peace, Captain Christina Delata, Senior Master Sergeant Kayla Johnson, Master Sergeant Jermaine Credit, the Salinas Opina family, the whole family, and the men and women of the FSS family. Without your support, mission abort. Salute to Mr. Eric Bergner, Mr. Patrick Bauer, Ms. Ingrid Gerard, Captain Sam Sonata, Lieutenant Brian Gonzalez, Senior Master Sergeant Magda Adino, Tech Sergeant Nathan Saylor, Tech Sergeant Winston, Ms. Amanda Boyd, Ms. Amanda Griffin, Staff Sergeant Jennifer Ethan, to the Hero Division Chiefs, Division Senior Enlisted Leaders, and the men and women of the Hero team. Who's your hero? DP0. Salute to our AFPC Commander, Major General Troy Dunn, Ms. Kimberly Tony, and the AFPC Directors, Deputy Directors, and the Commander's Action Group, and our Commander Support Staff. Salute to her very special wingman, our Command Chief, Chief Aaron McElroy, and Director of Superintendents, Chief Rebecca Baxter, Chief Nessa Burnett, Chief Anthony A.B. Bowles, Chief Sharon Wild, Chief Tasha Lilly, Senior Master Sergeant, that's me, Tamika Brown, Senior Master Sergeant Hugh Matthews, Master Sergeant Wendell Richards, and two of the greatest first sergeants to ever serve as a diamond, Shirts, Senior Master Sergeant Jared Singer, and Senior Master Sergeant Ryan Hutchinson. Salute to the men and women who have mentored, poured into, guided, cared, and prayed for Chief Culmer and her family for the last 28 years. She could not list everyone. She could not list everyone, but please know she appreciates and loves you more.
Detail, change books, write pace, forward hook.
I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Eleanor. I fly atop the world's tallest tree. I stand white in America's tallest tree. I fly majestically and gracefully. I stand guard with grace. Look up. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I've flown alongside my fellow banners, my head is a little. My colors a little true. I bow for them. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshiped, I am saluted, I am revered, I am loved, and I am feared. I have fought in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Andria, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the deserts of Africa, the cane fields of the Philippines, the rice paddies and the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Japan, Korea, Vietnam, and a score of other places long forgotten by all but those who were there with me. I was there. I led my soldiers. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was atop a small hill in Iwo Jima. I was dirty. I was battle worn, and I was tired. But my soldiers cheered me, and I was proud. I have been sold, burned, torn, and trampled on in the streets of countries I helped set free. But it does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been sold, burned, torn, and trampled on in the streets of my own country. And when it's by those with whom I've served in battle, it hurts. But I shall overcome, for I am strong. I have slipped the bonds of earth and stand watch over the new uncharted frontiers of space from my vantage point on the moon. I have been silent witness to all of America's finest hours. But my finest hour comes when I am torn into strips and used as bandages for my wounded comrades on the field of battle. When I'm flown at half-mast to honor my soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, and guardians. When I lie in the trembling arms of a grieving mother at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter. I am proud. My name is Zoe, and dear God, long may I wait. You did it.
Thank you for the flag detail, Chief Master Sergeant Hannibal. Hey, so you guys were supposed to laugh when I said she couldn't name everybody. I said it twice, and she named everybody except for the janitorial service. Mercy. You good, sis? We ready? Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you for the very first time my big sister, Chief Master Sergeant Eleanor Culmer, United States Air Force, retired!
Parker. All right, so, I'm gonna stand here so I can hold on to the podium. If you thought that was tears or not, my allergies have been acting up. I've talked about that. I think Mountain Cedar maybe I think it's crazy. No, on a serious note, I just, like the pastor says, I promise to not be before you long. There's a couple things that I want to share with you guys, and I promise that it won't be long. I sat down and I wrote, and it got long, and I was like, no, just speak from the heart. So first of all, I want to say thank you, right? I want to thank the leadership of AFPC. They've taken a chance on a small young lady from Miami a couple of times, and I appreciate it. So to all the previous generals, General Ford, General Stewart, General Dunn, General Toth, General Craig, I appreciate them taking a chance on a kid like me, because they didn't have to. Thank you to Ms. Tony. I know she had to run out, so she spoke to me earlier. I appreciate her leadership, her mentorship, and guidance. She is the epitome of what it means to be a 38 officer. I've learned so much from her. To my boss, to my bosses, I have the pleasure of having 3 of my 4 last leaders that I've served under to be present here today. And it's more than you even know. You guys have touched me. You have impacted my family. You have cared for us. You mentored me and guided me. And I can't thank you enough. I can't thank your families enough. Miss Diana, Miss Nixie, Miss Barb. You guys loved on me like I was your own child. Because I'm kind of young. I'm not as old as I'm the youthful one in the 3-legged stool meetings. I keep them hip, teach them all the latest TikToks like I was trying to teach you guys. But no, I appreciate them. I appreciate the deputies that I've had the pleasure to work with. Colonel Menendez, even though he's an LSU fan, like I still hang out with him because he's a pretty cool guy. And so my DU, my partner in crime, we get into a lot of mess in the front office, right? We signed non-disclosure, so I can't share it with you guys today. But just know it's a good time if you're ever around the DP0 hallway. Just stop in and throw some darts and close out your work week. To all of the admin staffs that I've served with, a couple of them in the room, they are certified bus drivers, those execs. They took every opportunity to throw me on the bus. Major Leader Flint, Major Captain Green, the new LT, he almost did not earn his CDL. And my last full duty day in his office was Tuesday, and he took every opportunity to throw me on the bus. I appreciate the LT. To all the admin teams, and I'm not gonna go word for word purposely why I wanted the flag rank presentation done the way it is, because sometimes it's difficult to talk about those teammates. But I've had the pleasure of serving them alongside some amazing people. My very first mentor, Chief Buffer, I know your name was called in the ranks. I am the woman that I am, the mother that I am, the leader that I am, because of the influence and the impact that you have on my life since I was in A1. I appreciate you for loving me. I appreciate you for keeping in contact with me over the last 23 years. I cannot thank you enough. And I know it's because Mr. Derrick is a strong partner in crime and holds you down. So I'm forever eternally grateful to the Belcher family. So there's a lot of people, like I said, after 28 years of service, and I don't want to go down the laundry list and have you guys here until like Christmas. So I'll just say thank you. If you've ever, and I'm talking to my military family right now, right? You guys are stuck with me. I am focusing on my military family. I'm gonna get to these individuals on this side of the room in a minute, but I want to say thank you for holding me down, for saying hello to me, for praying for me, for emailing me, for checking on me. I'm telling you guys, served with some of the baddest people to ever wear the cloth, and I thank you.
I'm getting ready to transition out, and if you're still wearing a uniform, take care of my Air Force. I am very territorial. If you ever work closely with me, you know I put mine in front of a lot of things, and this is my Air Force. So take care of it. Care about your people. Be authentic. Respect where they come from. Respect what they bring to the fight, and be excited and enthusiastic every single step of the way. The nation gives us their children on loan, and it's a huge responsibility to make sure we take care of them and care for them. So take care of my airmen. Take care of the ones that are serving today. Take care of the ones that will join later, especially my niece, A1C Hartstrom. She is coming up in the ranks as a 6FO. If the money not right, holler at her, she'll take care of it. But take care of my Air Force. Be good to one another. Care and continue to have fun. Now, I promise I'm almost done. My family. A lot of people think that I am who I am because of the Air Force, and I'm extremely grateful for every opportunity that I've been afforded over the last 28 years. But before I even knew what the Air Force was, I had a family, a village, who poured into me, who made me come in before the street lights came on, who told me to stop talking to little boys, don't be fast, get good grades. Today I'm having this ceremony because it's my mother's birthday. That's why I'm doing it. And although she is not physically present, I feel every piece of her arms around me. And I'm extremely thankful for everything that she has been to me. And I'm grateful to have all of my angels in heaven. But today, I just want to take a moment and say happy birthday to my mom.
Yes.
I pray that I made her proud. To the rest of my family, my dad is here. His beautiful bride is here. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be standing. Him and my mom. I mean, you all know how that stuff works. Lots of hot yoga. So, I'm just joking. No, seriously, but to my dad, thank you, Dad. I appreciate you and I love you. Again, my family, you guys have heard a lot about my girls, and if I start talking about Kimmy and Martin, you see. I'm not going to talk about them. They know how I feel. I love my family. But I'm extremely grateful that God has allowed me to continue to come back and serve and be present with my brothers and my sisters, my cousins, my aunts. My village, when I say my village, I truly mean it. God has blessed me with an incredible foundation. My military sisters, and you heard the laundry list of them, they are like family through love. They are stuck with me. We have got married, got divorced, had kids, graduated kids, moved several times, and that crew of young ladies that you've seen have been a part of my journey every step of the way. The things that I've experienced in my life, I wouldn't have been able to get through it without you young ladies, and so I love you with everything that's in me and everything, and I hope that I made my Corbett, Washington, Anderson, Culmer proud. That's all I wanted to do. Is come in and make it better. My mom always told me to try to, make today better than yesterday, tomorrow better than today. And that's the only thing that I've ever tried to do. So I appreciate you guys for taking the time. There's some refreshments in the back, some cocktails. At a certain point, I'm retiring, so I'm on a fixed income. At a certain point, you will have to buy your own cocktail. But if you get up there early, you can have a little, little something on the good cheap. But I thank you guys. I truly thank you. If you ever need me, phone number still the same. It has not changed since Mari was 6 months old. So if you have my number and unlocked in your phone, if you're everywhere in the area where I am, you have a place to lay your head. Legit, I don't cook unless it's the holidays. But I'll feed you. So come by and stop by to Diva Den. We always got a cold drink and a hot cigar. So thank you guys. Hey, it's 5 in the morning. I love y'all. Thank you. What alibi? I know that's, is that Captain Delita? Oh, my Major Johnson. So first of all, I'm excited about the next chapter. Sure. And all that's to come. My bad, I was emotional, but I'm truly excited about everything that God has laying out for us and our family. So now we're gonna take a selfie. You guys probably won't be completely in it, but you get where we're going with this. It wouldn't be a celebration if we did not take a selfie. All right?
You got an Android. Oh.
The men and women of the United States Air Force are proud to have served with Chief Master Sergeant Culmer, Mari, and Kenny, and wish them every success in their future endeavors. Please rise for the singing of the song. Take us off, Chief.
Off we go into the wild blue yonder, flying high into the sun. And here comes to be our thunder, and one, give it a gun, give it a gun. Down we dive, spotting our flames from under, off the one Culmer road. We live and hang around, but hey, nothing stopping you as Air Force.
This concludes today's ceremony. Please join Colonel Herron in congratulating Chief Master Sergeant Culmer and her family in the receiving line in front of the flag. Thank you for attending, and we wish you a pleasant weekend.
Something I have to do.